Dude, did the old guy finally decide?
To be honest, I can't think of you as a truly innocent and good person. You have done enough evil to drive a woman to suicide. But, at least on the charge of murder, it will appear you are innocent.
Ha!
So, I guess even the old funny daddy figured me out. Mr. Engarde? What an atrocious lawyer I have, giving his own clients up like this. And that refreshing like a spring breeze crap, it just says atrocious, don't you agree? But, anyway, get on with it and pronounce me innocent already. Right, Mr. Lawyer?
Should I side with justice, or should I save Maya's life? You better get on guard a guilty sentence, okay? But if I did that, Maya will die. But if I say he's innocent, then Miss Andrews will be charged with as a murderer. Do I say he's guilty or not guilty? Either choice I make, someone's life is gonna end. It all hinges on what I choose.
Now then, Mr. Wright, let's hear the defense's final statements on this matter. If the person who hired the assassin was Adrian Andrews, then your client, Mr. Manengard, is innocent. There's no need to ask, old man. After all, my lawyer is gonna say what I want, aren't you?
Right. I can't do this, but I have to decide something. I can't count on the evidence to help me anymore. I have to listen to my heart. My client, Manengard, is...
We are waiting for your answer, Mr. Wright. Manengard, your client deserves an answer.
Maya, I'm sorry. Manengard is... Franziska von Karma?
What are you doing here? Ow!
You see now, don't you, Mr. Phoenix Wright? This is exactly why you should never take your eyes off of that scruffy fool. Did you bring them, the final pieces? Do you have them? You should know better than to ask that, Mr. Miles Edgeworth. Von Karma is perfect in every way. The evidence is here and in perfect condition. Don't worry about Scruffy, he's fine and his injuries are minor. All of the items are inside this.
What a filthy old coat this is!
That's Gumshoes. I can spot his tattered rags anywhere. I apologize for its ugliness, but there was nothing else to wrap the items in. I fought long and hard this whole trial, all for what is inside that old raggedy coat. I'm sure that inside this coat lies a crucial piece of evidence. Your Honor, inside that filthy coat are the defense's final pieces of evidence.
Your final evidence? This trial is already over. All that remains is for me to hand down my verdict. I do not believe that any evidence presented now would change the outcome of this trial.
What? Your Honor, it is our duty to examine every piece of evidence down to the last. I request that Miss Von Karma be allowed to present these pieces of evidence.
I suppose you are right, Miss Edgeworth. I grant permission to do so. However, this one obvious rule applies here. If these items do not bring up any new points, then they will not be accepted by this court. Now, Miss Von Karma, if you please.
These pieces of evidence are items left by the killer during his escape from the police.
He must have been in quite a rush.
Yes, Your Honor, the killer left 3 pieces of evidence. Somewhere among the evidence we're about to see, there will be something that will turn this whole situation around. Like a miracle. I'm sure of it. That is all I can hope for. The first item is a pistol. Does the killer's pistol have anything to do with this case? Does that pistol have any relation to this case? We have yet to perform a ballistics test, so I can't say anything for certain. However, I believe it has something to do with this case. At least, with me. That's the pistol he used to shoot you, isn't it? That's what I believe, yes. Oh. I kept the bullets they removed from my shoulder as a sort of memento. I'm sure it will be an excellent sample for the test. So that's the pistol that was used to shoot Francesca. It's probably not going to help us very much. The second piece of evidence is this videotape. I bet the killer took that from Enguarde Mansion. Have you checked the contents of that tape? Unfortunately, there was no time to. Oh yeah. But I would speculate that this tape is very important.
Why would you say that?
Because he came back to his hideout for it. The killer went back for it? That's right. It looks like he was trying to recover it. He injured 3 of the officers at the site. But somehow it looks like they managed to protect it from the killer. Surely the killer is no ordinary man. The last piece of evidence is this bellboy's uniform. Is that a uniform from the Gay Water Hotel? Was that used during the crime? I am almost certain it was. There's even a pair of black leather gloves in one of the pockets. There's no doubt about it, the killer was wearing this on the night of the murder. There's one thing I found interesting about this uniform. And what is that? There's a button missing on this uniform. A button? It's a very unique button. I'm sure if we were to recover it, it would provide us with an interesting clues. That is all I have to present, Your Honor.
It's just as I thought.
And what is that, Your Honor?
Completely useless. I'm sure were we under normal circumstances, these items from Shirley Decker's hideout would be very important clues. However, one question is not who did the killing.
It is who is the client.
Yes, that is correct. And these 3 items do not tell us anything about that. Thank you for your hard work, Mr. Von Cromwell. You may step down now.
Wait, Your Honor. Please allow me to examine this new evidence.
Overruled. This court already has all the evidence it needs to hand down a verdict. Wonderful! Absolutely splendid! This judge is such a brilliant man, isn't he?
Is this the end? Phoenix, I knew it. There's no such thing as a miracle in this world, is there? I think you're wrong. I think they do exist. I mean, look at me. But you have to make that miracle happen. You've come this far. You can't give up now. But, no matter how you think about it, it's... Try, for my sake. Just think about it for a second. There are 2 ways out of this situation for us. 2? The first. Make Enguarde wish from the bottom of his soul for a guilty verdict. Huh? The killer will always place his client's wishes first. If Enguarde himself wishes to be convicted, then he will let his hostage go. That may be true, but that's asking me to do the impossible. The second way. Force the killer to end his contract with Enguarde. If the killer were to no longer think of his client as... If the killer were to no longer think of Enguarde as his client, then he would let Maya go. Mia, that's even more impossible. He's a man who values his duty towards his clients above all else. I know both of these seem like impossible fates at first. If you can make either one happen, it would truly be a miracle. The bigger problem is, the judge has already said he doesn't need any more evidence. The pieces he was just shown, he's not accepting them. Phoenix, think things through from the other side. Isn't that what has always worked for us? But, the other side? Wait, does she mean the spirit realm? You mean to turn things around? Phoenix, the judge says he doesn't need the evidence. If that's the case, then who does need it? The person who needs the evidence. The defense, prosecution, and the judge. We have seen all the pieces of evidence. That is how we have come to know the truth. But there is one person who have yet to see them all. And that person does not know the truth. That truth, it may be what will bring about the miracle in the end.
There are no objections this time, correct? Now then, I will pronounce my verdict. Why don't we all respectfully sit back and listen, kids? I've already told you, Mr. Wright. This court does not need any more evidence.
I'm not saying it is us that needs the evidence, Your Honor.
But then you want to show the evidence to that person?
Yes, Your Honor.
But,
Please, Your Honor.
Mr. Wright, for you to ask with such passion, I will grant you one chance.
What? One chance?
Please show your evidence to who you think is the right person.
It's impossible to turn the situation around in one try.
One try. That is all I will permit.
I have to try to remember everything that has happened up to this point. Think, Phoenix, think. There must be a way to save Maya while taking on guard down at the same time.
Now then, Mr. Wright, let's not waste any more time. Who would you like to show the evidence to? I see. And now, tell this court what one piece of evidence you would like to show this person. Well, what do you think, Mr. Edgeworth?
I think there's some merit in showing this evidence to that witness.
Bailiff, please bring in the transceiver from earlier.
Alright, looks like I managed to convince him. Maya, she's okay, right?
Didn't I tell you to concern yourself with bringing about the speedy end to the trial?
Now, if I understand correctly, you wish to show me one piece of evidence? Yes, one is all I need. I have here a videotape. It was found at your hideout. I heard you injured 3 officers in your attempt to get this back.
That was most regrettable. However, it was an order from my client. I was told to protect that videotape.
I thought so.
I'm afraid I seem to have failed in that regard.
Do you know the contents of the safe?
I was sternly told by my client to not watch it, so I have absolutely no idea.
Actually, you are actually, you are on the safe.
Me?
There was a video camera hidden at the crime scene. Your actions were being recorded.
What? Is that true? Mr. Wright? Who was it that planted that camera?
Well, the only person who could have placed a camera at the scene of the crime would be your client, naturally.
That was Adrian Andrews.
Be quiet and listen, Your Honor.
Yes, sir.
Your client specified a place and time for you, isn't that right?
Yes.
That was so they could film you.
I had no idea. Mr. Wright, why would my client do such a thing? I would like to know why.
Why did Man on Guard film the crime scene? The reason why he did that is my ticket out of this whole mess. There's only one reason why your client would secretly film the crime scene. Your client once told me something very interesting. We were talking about you, and this is what they said.
But I'm no weakling. I don't believe anyone, least of all assassins. Oh, come now, Mr. Wright. Assassins are above blackmail. Yes, that's where the video comes in. With that, I can keep him at bay and even blackmail him if I want.
Your client didn't trust you at all. They were thinking of using this video to blackmail you. What do you have to say to that, Shelly the Killer?
It looks like I was being deceived from the very beginning.
Yes, by a natural. That is the kind of person they are. Your client is a person who only thinks and plots of how to use the people around them to protect themselves from any and all dangers that may arise. That is the true nature of your client. I have one question for the witness.
Yes?
You told us one thing numerous times in your testimony. You said that you detest traitors most of all.
Yes, that's right.
But what if that traitor was your own client? What would you do then?
That's obvious. I will break our contract in that case. And then, that client would become my next target. For the honor of the killer name, even if it takes an eternity, I would follow that person to the end of the earth to exact my punishment.
I see. That's all I wanted to know. So the traitor becomes the killer's next target. Ah, I get it. This is how we'll turn this case around.
Mr. Wright,
Yes?
my contract with my client is over as of now. I seem to have a new job on my hands. I will now return to you your precious item.
What the? I'm not an item. Maya, I thought I'd never see you again. Oh, thank goodness. Well, okay.
This trial appears to have come to its conclusion. However, I don't quite know what just happened there with the client and the witness and, Miss Wankama, where that?
She always has you in her sights. Now, I do believe it's time to finally hand down a verdict. Mr. Engard, it looks like somehow you got what you wanted. You will finally receive the equal you wanted so badly. You should be happy. But before that, I would like to make one final statement. Sometime in the near future, one very betrayed assassin may appear before you. Needless to say, that man is very good at what he does. I'm sure you would understand what I mean if you watch this video.
Help me!
Now then, Your Honor, the verdict if you please.
Is this alright with you, Mr. Wright?
We have finally reached the end of a very long battle. Whether he's convicted or acquitted, there is no escape for him now. Go on, Felix. Plead whichever way your heart tells you. Right, Chief? You know what? Congratulations, Mr. Madangard. Please make sure to savor every moment of what little time you have left. Your Honor, as always, the defense pleads not guilty.
Very well. This court finds the defendant, Madangard. No, hold it! Please, wait! What's the matter? If I get not guilty, I'll be killed. But I don't see the part where that's my problem. I'm no guilty. As always, it looks like we have uncovered the real truth.
We? I don't remember you helping out much in this.
Miss Edgeworth, how is Madangard?
I have left Miss Von Kalmar in charge of his incarceration. I'm sure he's getting a full-course meal of whipped leather right about now.
Very good. That was a close one, wasn't it? Witness?
Yes, I plan to pay my debt to society for my own crime, Your Honor. The first time I was called to the witness stand during this trial, all I felt was despair. She must be talking about the time Edgeworth really went after her. I guess she's trying to forgive him for what he did. This witness, how should I put this? She has a disease, and the only cure is cowbell. If you're going to say you would choose death, that is of no concern to me. But after that, when I was alone at the detention center, that's the first time I really saw myself for who I am. And today, when the two of you used your combined strength to convict Matt, I felt like I had finally been saved. Not again. Wow, this is the first time I've ever seen a smile. I am really happy that you two were in charge of this case. I really don't know how to express how I feel at this moment. This is the first time I've ever felt comfortable with myself, with who I am. Thank you so much, everyone. You're still going to jail.
It looks like we have resolved everything at last. As for myself, there are still a few things I'm confused about. But everyone seems to be in good spirits, and that is good enough for me. That is all. This court is adjourned.
Wait, what's the verdict? What?
Guilty! There we go.
You're great out there, Phoenix. What I did out there was right, wasn't it? That was the first time you've not gotten your client off. You got them a guilty verdict this time. But you have to look past all of that to what's really important. You now realize that there's something more than just getting a not guilty, right? Yes, I understand now. Phoenix, think back for a second. Think to the moments before Miss Von Karma arrived with the final pieces of evidence. Think about the incredible decision you had to make.
Now then, Mr. Wright, let's hear the defense's final statements on this matter.
I can't count on the evidence to help me anymore. I have to listen to my heart. Should I side with justice or should I save Maya's life? My client, Madangard, is he guilty or is he not guilty? Those were your choices then. And your answer spoke to what being a liar means to you. Right? Edgeworth, I have good news. Maya is now safe in police custody.
Really?
Pearls!
You're telling the truth, right, Mr. Edgeworth?
Yes, she is quite safe. She is on her way here as we speak in a patrol car. Ah, Mystic Maya safe.
You did it, really did it, Mr. Nick.
Ow, she punches just deceptively hard for a kid. I believed in you. I kept saying to myself, Mr. Nick will save her. Mr. Nick will save her. Wow. Thanks. Oh, what's wrong?
Miss Von Karma.
About earlier, thanks. Ow! Why you still smiling? Mr. Phoenix, right? You lost. Your perfect win record has now been crushed. And yet, you are still happy? I don't think you'll ever understand, Miss Von Karma. How dare you?
Don't worry. She may have been time.
After all, I was like that myself until a year ago. Edgeworth!
For my own personal victories and for guilty verdicts.
I used every dirty trick in the book, and so my win record remained spotless. But a man appeared and stood fast against that selfish me. I fought him in my usual manner and tasted my first defeat. I felt like I had lost everything because of that. And then it was my turn to sit in the defendant's chair. And I was saved by that person I called my enemy. I couldn't forgive myself for all that had happened, so I left the prosecutor's office. And I left that note. Prosecutor Miles Edgeworth chooses death. As Varys should have. Prosecutor who shamed himself as defeat should crawl into a hole and die.
But that was not what happened. After I left the prosecutor's office, I fairly came to realize something.
And it was in that moment of clarity that everything began to change. What foolish nonsense! We prosecutors use anything we can to attack the defendant. Every time we did so, no matter how desperate the situation, instead of giving up like most people, that man would hold strong with his undying faith. And then, before I knew it, I began to trust in that man as well. What? You trusted your enemy?
Doesn't matter how many underhanded tricks a person uses.
The truth will always find a way to make itself known. The only thing we can do is to fight with the knowledge we hold and everything we have. Erasing the paradoxes one by one. It's never easy. We claw and scratch for every inch. But we will always eventually reach that one single truth. This I promise you. The truth? Yes, that's the reason why prosecutors and defense attorneys exist. But I'm sure you knew that already, didn't you, right?
That's why you couldn't forgive me. This man who's went into hiding. Isn't that right? This man who only had his sights set on victory, who ran away in the night.
Ah! Is Mr. Edgeworth right, Mr. Nick?
You really let me down. When he disappeared, I felt betrayed. The reason I decided to become a lawyer to begin with was because I believed in the things you said to me. All those years ago. And you betrayed your own words. That's why, 1 year ago, I made up my mind. I decided that the Miles Edgeworth I knew had died. At least, that's what I told myself. You pathetic fool.
But, Miss Von Karma?
I don't want to hear the wretched whimpering of a disgraced loser. Von Karma is someone who is destined to be a pervert. Miles Edgeworth, you are no longer worthy. You are no longer worthy of being a Von Karma. And neither am I. It's over. It's all over. Francesca threw something on the ground just now.
This is an electromagnetic receiver.
Isn't that the thing she used to track Detective Gumshoe?
I'll return this to the precinct later. There's something else. Ah, isn't that Miss Von Karma's whip? I'll never set foot in another courtroom again. I'm sure that's what she's saying by this action. But you should keep this, right?
But, okay. Nick! Maya!
Mr. Maya! Mr. Maya!
Oh, Nick, I knew you would come through. You got on guard convicted, like I knew you would. And on top of that, you even rescued me. Well, of course I did. You know I would never desert you. But we sure pressed our luck this trial. You're really lucky to be standing here. Whatever, whatever. Look, it's over, okay? Besides, if I did croak, I would just come back and haunt you like a bad ghost through Pearly. Is it really that easy to do something like that? Thanks a lot, Nick. Don't mention it.
Maya?
Oh, Miss Edgeworth.
I'm relieved you're alright.
Hey, it looks like you've made some real progress, Miss Edgeworth.
Well, I suppose I'm a little different from who I was a year ago.
Alright. I think it's time we got out of this depressing place. Huh? Where are we going? Food, Nick. Food. Grub. Chow. I'm starved. I'm so hungry even you look like a nice juicy burger on a bun to me, Nick. You think I look like a burger? I'm a prime rib at least.
Come with us, Mr. Edgeworth, please. If you insist.
Alright, so how about we hit up our usual burger joint? Don't be silly, Nick. Huh? This case messed up that awesome evening and got in the way of my gourmet food. So I decided that we have to make it up by having another feast. Another feast? Come on, Nick. Food. Must have food. Hey, Paul. Sorry to keep you guys waiting. Gumshoe, are you alright? Yeah, but I'm really embarrassed. I didn't think I would hit a telephone pole of all things. A telephone pole? Then it wasn't a red light that got him. You did it again, city boy. I felt like my dear old heart was gonna give out on me, and I ain't joking.
Yeah, it was more exciting than the very last episode of The Steel Samurai.
Thanks. Now look here, Mr. Newton Prosecutor. Don't you reckon you build Mr.
Mr. Right too hard? Don't start being a lot nicer, and we might just kick it. Tonight, even. I'll keep that in mind. Well, come on now. Everyone gather around. Y'all gonna get your picture taken by a genuine professional photographer. Looks like Lotta bought herself a new camera. Well, pal, at least we can put this messy case behind us now. Come on, tonight's all about eating. So let's go chow down, pal. Amen to that, pal. Amen.
You know, when you think about it, you were the one who saved the day, Detective.
Me? You really think so? He's right. If it wasn't for the 3 items you took, I think this trial would have had a very different ending. Ah, well, you know, it's a... Huh? Wait. That's odd. When I went off with the things from the killer's hideout, I was sure I took 4 things in total, sure. What? 4? Yeah, I'm sure I put one of the items in my coat pocket. There was a 4th item? Oh, come on, y'all. It's over. But who, boy, I tell you really are something else. Between getting accused of murder and getting kidnapped, never a dull moment with you, huh? You think? Why does she look so happy about that?
But being shot away for 2 whole days, weren't you scared?
Yeah, it was really scary. I felt so hopeless. So to keep my mind off of things, I drew a picture. Sounds like you had a rough, gal. So where's this picture of yours? Yeah, I want to see it. I want to see Mr. Myers' picture. But, you know, I don't know where it went.
Oh, that's too bad.
Well, it's alright. It wasn't anything important anyway. Ah, it sure is nice to finally see them both smiling again. Edgeworth? You alright? What is it, Edgeworth?
This thing is picking something up.
Ah, that's Miss Montgomery's receiver. Thanks, sir. I had the most awful experience of my life, sir. I can't believe she stuck a tracking device on me.
That's odd. Even though you're standing right here.
The tracking device seems to be in a different location.
Oh, it's probably busted or something, sir. Well, it doesn't matter. I'm afraid it's about time for me to excuse myself. I still have some work to do. Huh? But Mr. Edgeworth, you haven't even eaten anything yet. You've eaten way too much, you glutton. I had fun tonight. Now, if you'll excuse me. Wait. What? I just wanted to say thanks, Edgeworth. You really saved me out there. If anyone should be saying thanks, it should be me, right? I feel like words alone aren't enough here. I wonder if there's anything I can give him to express how I feel. There you go. What's this? Thank you. It's all thanks to you two. You and her. But you don't need to thank me, I was only doing my job.
It looks like Mr. Edgeworth has left, Mr. Nick. Hey, Mr. Meyer.
Yes, Pearly?
I guess you two can go back to being lovey-dovey, right? You and Mr. Nick, I mean.
Pearly! Would you cut it out already? You're embarrassing me.
Anyway, so who's paying for this lovely dinner party?
As if you need to ask. Everyone say thank you to Nick. Huh?
Ah, yeah, I'm kinda at the point where I can't even buy instant noodles, pal. So I kinda already put your name on the bill.
Huh? Yeah, I got me a situation just like that myself. There's this camera shop in the hotel, see? And I just bought myself this good old beauty here. It'd be better be anyhow for $3,000. Huh? Actually, I reckon he bought it for me since it's on your tab and all. Huh?
Isn't this great, Mr. Nick?
Yeah, Nick. Why do I suddenly feel like screaming? You don't need to hold back now, you hear?
Yeah, pal. Time to let it all out.
This is going to be the first time I hear the real you.
Go on. It's been a while since I heard you say it. I've been busy being a hostage and all. Alright then. if you say so. Objection!
Shu Takumi. Thank you very much, sir.
So sad. Why is it sad? You really came through for me, Nick. I had to hide that letter, but I knew you'd find it. I really feel like I've been living on the edge lately. I mean, I've escaped death 3 times now. Pretty cool, huh? I feel like a pro.
Tatsuro Yamamoto. Yamamoto.
I'm so happy that you could save Mr. Maya, Mr. Nick. And I'm so happy for the 2 of you. Speaking of which, I think this hotel is a popular place for honeymooners. So I sort of made reservations for the 2 of you. Just in case.
Thank you, Shuichi Muramoto and Kyurichiro Yamamoto.
Well, pal, looks like I'm back on the force again. Mr. Edwards had a long talk with the chief and he got me reinstated for my sake. I heard he said things like, letting that one go is bad for society.
I knew it. Crashing out long into everything is the only way to live, pal.
Well, that's one thing to take away from it.
Seiko Takeda. Shigeo Indo.
Thank you very much. Hi, Maggie Bird. I'm retiring this uniform as of today, sir. I'm gonna be a waitress from now on. And bring smiles and joy to the people who come by to the restaurant, sir. I hope you stop by sometime, Mr. Wright. My voice is dying.
Masashi Saito and Kyuji Nakano.
Thank you for the assistance.
Yes. Are you here to visit a patient? I'm Dr. Hati. Director Hati. Recently, yes. That girl, you know. I haven't seen her around. Yes. But I remember, if I even laid so much as an eye on her, it would go crack. It didn't matter if I get whipped, though. Yes. Tadaki Yamamoto.
Thank you for all the programming. Oh god.
It's time to begin our quest of world circus domination, sweetie. And to let the world know we are serious, I plan to make a fabulous flight to Zimbabwe.
Hey Max, what do you think Zimbabwe is like? Do you think there are castles made of cake and bunnies who can talk?
I think if there are any talking bunnies, even they won't laugh at Moe's jokes.
I kind of want to see him, but I don't want to see him as well.
Hideki Atomi and Kazuki Tsunuyama.
I'm ready. There's no way these jokes are gonna fall on deaf ears. I'm gonna be more contemporary with my humor. Mo curls represent.
Got a new act all worked out. Prepare for the Hallelujah chorus. Say something, will ya? You're supposed to start this off. Get on with it.
There you go.
Akimi Kimura. Akimi Kimura. What's this? Drat! Just an electric razor recharging on a stand. Can't believe this, really. How long do they plan on making me do this?
Oh, but it's Edgy-Poo's idea, so that means it must have a deep hidden meaning. But what do I get the feeling they wouldn't forget about me, would they?
It was never like this in the old days. Everyone thought the world of me. They used to call me Queen Wendy and treat me like a lord. I feel the pain in my heel.
I didn't bring my cup today, so I just cupped my mouth.
Katsumi Kumiko Suikani and Yukari Suabi.
I appreciate everything you and Mr. Edgeworth did for me from the bottom of my heart. Oh, that's right. I received a letter from Miss Von Karma. She said that after I get out, I should meet her sometime for some scissoring action. I'm really thankful to have met everyone. I mean, really, why would she contact her out of all people?
Atsushi Inaba.
Unless she wants to get hooked up.
It has become difficult for me in this country as of late. As such, I will take a short leave of absence. If you would like to request my services, please be sure to visit my homepage, www.shellytequila.com. Oh, goodbye. www.quickassassination.com. Shinji Mikami.
What did he say last thing? Something about longevity. Is that it? Oh, March 23rd. Leisure departures, gate 12. Where are you going, Francesca? How did you know I was here? With this. That's... I heard you are planting things on a certain person. Things like tracking devices in his coat, for example. That's just like you. I only planted it there because he was always wearing it. This filthy drab coat of his. I don't know how it ended up in my luggage. But it's going in the trash, I promise you that. Oh, that's right. Speaking of that man, he told me something very interesting.
Well, I went off with the things from the killer's hideout. I was sure I took 4 things in total, sir.
4 things? It seems he put the last one in his coat pocket. He put it in here? It doesn't matter anymore. The case is already over.
What are you going to do now?
That's none of your business. Are you running away? Shut up! You don't understand a thing. You can't possibly understand what it means to be a Manfred von Kammer's daughter. Francesca. So many expectations from everyone around me. Expectations I must fulfill. I'm expected to win no matter what. And failure? Such a thing is not an option for me. My father was a genius. There's no doubt about that. But me? I'm no genius. I've always known that. But I had to be one. I had to.
You may not be a genius like your father.
But you are a prosecutor. You have been and always will be. No, I am not. Not anymore. I have even thrown my whip away. Speaking of that, Wright gave me this to hold on to. Right. You knew something like this would happen, didn't you? I'm going to say this again. We prosecutors do not fight for personal honor or pride. Not for honor. Okay. I hope you will think deeply about what you should be striking down with that whip. You haven't changed a bit. You've always left me alone and walked on ahead without me. Miles Edgeworth, I've always hated you. And then, finally, my chance to take my revenge on you arrived. If I could win against that man, if I could make Phoenix Wright bow down in defeat, then this girl you left behind would have risen higher than you. That was supposed to be my revenge.
I see.
You know, I can't do it. I can't change who I am. I can't throw away everything I've been until today. I believe you can. Just like how Adrian Andrews did. Adrian Andrews? You were going to use her during the trial, right? But you were dependent on your father by using his tactics. Isn't that right? Today you chased after me after I'd left you behind all these years. And that's why we're standing here now, side by side. But I have no intention of stopping. If you say you are going to quit your walk down the prosecutor's path, then this is where we part ways, Francesca von Karma. I am Francesca von Karma. Don't think I'm going to walk in your shadow forever. Our battle begins now, so you had better prepare yourself, Miles Edgeworth. Phoenix Wright, One day, someday, I'm sure we'll meet again in battle. Until then, this last piece of evidence that never made it to you, I'll take good care of this false piece, so I can give it to you when at last we meet again. Yep, there it is. Perfect.